You're listening to the Normal Isn't Necessary podcast, brought to you in part by the Gumball Head Sobriety Society and generous listeners just like you. For the latest updates, check out the link in our bio. Here we are already. It's not even 5 o'clock yet. How did we get so lucky as to be part of this show already? Together Light's already here. Bring him up right away. Thank you for the concern yesterday about where you at. You okay, bro? Yeah, I was good, man. Sometimes even I need to take a break from things. I've taken a break from video games the last few days, TikTok for the last week or so, except for my nap time, lunch. And, last night I needed to take a break from the podcast because it was one of those drive home in silence kind of days. So I hope you're doing well there together. Like, good to see you. How's the fam? How's everybody doing?
Everyone's good. I just requested to transfer teams, so we're going to see if that gets approved. If not, I guess I'll be looking for a new job because I'm not dealing with who I'm currently working with again. So.
Back to the same old bullshit, it sounds like.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's always fun.
Yeah. No, I told him, I'm like, I can leave at any time. I'm not dealing with it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, man. I know that you actually do appreciate and like your job that you're at right now. So.
It's all right, though. It's all right. I don't threat. When things get tough, I move on.
Yeah. Well, you're at an age too where, like, I look at it this way. As long as there's enough paper in the world to update your resume, keep going. Learn what you can learn, and once you get to a point where the education and the information is no longer as important to you as the paycheck, or when it, just bail.
You know what's sad is I feel like working with the two that I'm currently working with, I feel like I've had a regression in my brain because I have to work with them. Yeah, I think it's that bad, bro.
Well, I don't think that the typical demographic of people that are in certain trades, they're not. Well, I'll just say it. Getting stoned to go into work doesn't help, unless you already know how to do your job. But if you're trying to teach somebody how to do certain things and they're stoned all the time, it's kind of hard. So,
yeah,
it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Last week I actually had to fire somebody, and it's even weirder when you're firing a subcontractor from a job, and they look at you like, "What did I do wrong?" It's not what you did wrong. It's charging for the things that you didn't actually do. Oh, well, I did that. Well, you did what? I did that, and that. No, you didn't. I did. And I've got the pictures to prove it and the extra hours on the job site to prove it. Don't lie. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Did you happen to catch today's podcast?
I did.
Nice. I think Peaches was probably my most recent favorite one, comparing life to the roadside stands. That was actually picked up by a public radio news network, and it was talked about it today on one of their shows, their morning show. I got an email on my way to work that said, "Hey, we're going to be talking about you today, talking about your podcast about Peaches, if you want to tune in." So it was a ploy to get me to come on and download their app and listen to it, but it was well worth it. I actually didn't download their app. I picked it up on iHeartRadio because they had broadcasting through them, so I actually got to listen to it on iHeartRadio live instead of having to wait for it to download. So it was pretty cool.
That's badass, bro.
So, yeah, it made me feel pretty good, and I was kind of really looking forward to getting on the podcast today so I could talk about it a little bit. And, there's a TikTok musician. His name is Scuff Mixon. He's playing at a place in Dunlop's tonight in Cleveland, Ohio. Those that are in here listening or that listen to this later on today, if you're in the Cleveland area, please go check him out. Scuff's got 29,000 followers on Instagram. He's right around 16,000 followers on TikTok. I've supported him all along. I've shouted his name out a million times to other people. If Cleveland wasn't 200 miles away, I'd be going to that show tonight. It's actually an all-ages show. It's a mental health show. All money is going to mental health awareness, the program that's Dunlop's bar has. So if you guys are tuning in right now or later on today, check out Scuff. Let him know Gumballhead sent you, and let him know that you heard about it on the Normal Isn't Necessary podcast. Hopefully after he gets settled down, he'll be doing a guest spot for us too. He's an artist, a tattoo artist. He does painting and music, and he's just an all-around like beast. So, yeah. So anything that you want to talk about in particular today? Anything bothering you or something, anything that's plaguing you, something you got to get off your chest or anything like that? Or
I already let off what I'm thinking about.
all right.
I'm finding a new job. I'm not dealing with this anymore.
Yeah.
I don't deserve what I'm going through, and that's that. No, I'm good. Other than that, man, I'm smooth.
There was an absurd amount of 5-0 sheriff ranger, not including the two I saw. But highway is stopped. Are you there still? I don't know if I podcast.
I am still here, and I hear you.
All right, I think I'm going to take back roads home. Dre just messaged me and said that there was an ironic amount of rangers, police, state police, all over our general area on her way home from dropping our 17-year-old off from work. And as I'm passing over the highway, traffic is literally deadlocked. Like there is a trail of people coming up the off-ramp right now. So wonder if that has anything to do with it. I actually left work today at 4 o'clock, and someone hit me in the parking lot that lives on our property and wanted to talk to me about Black Ops 7 and Battlefield 6. And he's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to buy? I was like, I'm definitely buying Battlefield. There's no questions asked. But Black Ops 7, I might wait and see how it goes. I might rent
it. So the trailer made it look like dog shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was embarrassed to be a COD fan for watching that trailer. And then after watching the trailer, I got to see reaction videos and a whole bunch of comments in that video stating, thank you for making my decision known. I pre-ordered Battlefield 6. Thank you. And all these comments about Battlefield 6. So, the funny thing is that these comments had more likes than the likes on the trailer.
Yeah. Well, and the thing about it is, well, first of all, thanks for coming in, Martin. Good to see you today. See you later if you've already left. I don't see your number up there, but Battlefield's always been, the stepbrother to Call of Duty. Call of Duty they've got a larger following than the Battlefield series does. But I think what's hurting them right now, where Battlefield is pulling away, where Battlefield's always been, is the realism. Their campaigns are based on real military campaigns. Not necessarily, they're not like necessarily they are military campaigns, but they are based on them. And yeah, okay, it's a little bullshit going up and hitting people with a defib and bringing them back to life. But you think about it, the self revives and the team revives. Those weren't in previous Call of Duty games, and they've been in Battlefield the entire time. So there's something that Call of Duty has taken from Battlefield. In addition to that, like the realism of the guns and stuff, like Battlefield used to have a app that you could download, and you could actually mess around with your guns while you were sitting there taking a shit and do all of the, the Battlefield rifles, and you could put the scopes on and change the camos. But I think one thing that really sets apart Battlefield from the Call of Duty franchise is the fact that Call of Duty focuses on microtransactions, whereas Battlefield is like, they've always been very good about, here's the core game. Here's everything you need on the core game, like the GC9 or the G9, which has been a staple assault rifle in every single Battlefield game, has been in every Battlefield game. I don't know if it's called the GC9 or the G9, but it's the it's just an assault rifle. It's like the AR-15. Okay, it's been in every single Battlefield game. You can add a grenade launcher to the bottom of it if you want to, or stock or whatever. You've always been able to customize weapons in Battlefield. So they've always gone very deep into the customization of the Battlefield weapons. And then in addition to that, Sniper Glint was a Battlefield thing that Call of Duty took from Battlefield. And I watched a video last night on the Sniper Glint on the rifles from Call of Duty. And the only time that you're really going to notice a glint on Call of Duty is if they've got the high Sniper Glint, the 250 meter glint on their rifle. Otherwise, you're not going to see the glint and be able to react to it. You're already dead, So that's kind of one of those things. Battlefield, however, has always boasted and been able to boast, because they're able to support it, larger numbers of players in the lobbies. 16 versus 16, 32 players. The only other game on the market right now that can compare to the amount of players in a lobby is a game called MAG. And MAG came out, I don't know, early 2000s, maybe 2010, and that boasted 32 players on each team, 64 players in a lobby. But these lobbies are getting bigger and bigger and bigger as the engines on the video games are getting better. And it's nice to see that growth. But returning back to Battlefield, like Battlefield 5 was okay. Battlefield 4 was probably one of my favorites. 5 was okay. Then they had, they had a couple of different ones. Battlefield, their Vietnam download was one of my favorites. But if you've been a Call of Duty player most of the time, you have no clue what I'm talking about. I've been Battlefield since Battlefield Bad Company 1. I never really got into Call of Duty. Black Ops 3 was the first one I got into, and I used to be a hardcore team deathmatch guy, and now I like going to Verdansk and Warzone because, well, you've heard the conversations we've had. It's just good conversation, and I'm looking forward to Battlefield's version of that. But watching the developers' notes and getting the insider emails, the Call of Duty Warzone that's coming out for Black Ops 7 versus the Warzone or the Battle Royale that Battlefield is coming out with, there's still going to be a gas that comes in on the Battle Royale for Battlefield.
I shared that to you, didn't I? Yeah.
Yep. You die instantly. There's no choking out in the gas. You are going to die if you are in the gas when the gas comes. Period. That's it. That's all there is to it. So, did you say, were you the one telling me about that, or were you the one that sent me the email? I got the insider email, and then I read it after I heard someone tell me about it.
Oh, okay. No, I sent you some things that on the Black Ops 7 that is going to be interesting on your Facebook post.
Oh, okay.
But
Yep.
I don't know. I'm still on the fence. I'm gonna wait until I see gameplay before I purchase anything. I have played Battlefield 6, and I'm enjoying myself on that. I played the beta. You were in the lot.
Yep.
But hey, Queen Bella, what up?
Hey, Bella. Thanks for
Um,
coming in.
but I don't know. It's seeming like there's a lot of trash going on right now.
Well, in a lot of people, like I've got the Band of Brothers. It's a clan that I've played with for the last 10 years. I'm sure I'll tag up with them when I start the new Battlefield. I haven't tagged them yet, playing in the beta, or I had the alpha. I couldn't get in. I mean, there was no way I could get in. There was just too many gamers playing. So that was nice for Bella to come in and say hey and hang out for a second. I think she just peeks her head in to see if we're here and active.
She's still here, bro.
And then well, what I was going to say is then she comes back in and then starts sharing it out. So I think she comes in to find out if we're just being ums and ahs or if we have actually a topic that we're talking about.
Right.
So
we're back on the video game topic.
Yeah. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen very often unless we're talking about certain things. But take me home, Bill Brady. There we go. I bypassed the highway and went a completely different way. And this is saying 20 minutes to get home, which is pretty cool. Because
I will say this. The FDA banned my vape, so I will no longer be vaping. The second that they're not available for purchase, I'm done.
What vape is that?
The Breezes, they are no longer going to be available. They are banned because the FDA says they are products that are focused on children.
Huh. Well, that's ironic. I think a majority of the flavored vapes are products focused on children, but I don't think so. I mean, the way that you market it is, I mean, you think about it, you don't even see alcohol or tobacco marketed anymore unless it's a sign outside a gas station. It's, I don't know about alcohol because High Noon and different, Wild Turkey and stuff like that. But I mean, it's not like every other commercial on TV like it used to be. You want to be a man, be a Marlboro man. That's the way it was when I was younger. They had Marlboro commercials and Camel commercials, and they put them on during daytime cartoons and all kinds of shit. Nowadays, you don't really see that a whole lot, but I have noticed.
You know what's funny?
What's that?
I remember being able to go up to the store and pick up my mom a pack of smokes with a note.
Yep. I used to do it on my bicycle.
Yep.
I'd get a pack of smokes. Usually they were Alpine Menthol and a 6-pack of red Pabst Blue Ribbon. Throw it on my handlebars and ride home.
Hey, Wrecking Crew, welcome in.
Who came in? Wrecking Crew? Hey, Wrecking
The
Crew.
Wrecking Crew, yeah.
Did you guys come here to wreck our podcast? Wreck our lives? Thanks for the shares, Bella. Much appreciated. Notice that number, that engagement score increasing lately. That's feels really good. I'll be really happy when we break 20K. Been working on that a while now. I've noticed too when you look at the podcast, the Podbean engagement. Once you hit a certain level, like 25,000, like it's nothing to break into the top 20 after you hit 50,000. But some of these people have been on here for 7, 8, 9 years, and they're just now breaking top 20. But they've got like 4 podcasts. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's you go to build your engagement. More shows you go, yeah. And that's why we started doing these regularly, the engagement score and the downloads. The downloads that's the algorithm I'm chasing, is the metric for the downloads. Matter of fact, today we hit 5,500 downloads today. And right before I got on, I was checking. I was one away from 500 downloads in the past week. So, and all that takes is 3 minutes of someone listening to any of my podcasts, and it's considered a download. So, a lot of work though. It really is. But that's the normal isn't necessary road rants in the morning, the live drive at 5-ish with Together Light, and then our once a week interviews. Got some wild interviews coming up, man. We got Mike Casa. I always call him Casa Grande, but it's not. The founder of Frankenfuel, the energy drink based on horror-based energy drink. He's got 21 different flavors out right now. They're pure sugar. They are not artificial flavorings. Introduced to us by our good friend Ellie Rogers. Started off on the horror circuit, just being a horror actor. Decided one day he was going to create an energy drink. Came out with something really good. One day he talked to the right people, and they bought all of his inventory, and now he's sold out. I can't get my hands on any before our interview, and that's okay. That's good for him. But he's coming up here pretty soon here in the next few days, I believe. Nick Tropolis will be bringing him up here. He's a musician out of Florida. He hosts the Nick Tropolis reads Nick's comments. Let's see here. We got Nisi's podcast dropping on Monday, Beekeeping Gal. That ought to be an interesting one. Yeah, we've got a lot.
Real quick, I just want to interrupt. You brought up the name Nick. Nick, I just want to know if you are listening that we love you, man. That's about it. That's all I wanted to say.
Are you thinking of Jim?
Oh yeah. Jim, my bad. You're not wrong.
Yeah, Jim is the Wrecking Crew from iHeartRadio. That's who that is. I follow them. So, but yeah, Jim's definitely in our thoughts. I'm going to do some production on that this weekend, and I'm going to drop that on Monday as a special edition podcast. That was one of the sole reasons why we do the podcast that we do, is because of the conversation that we had with him the other day. And for him to not know that we base everything on, our entire program, our entire MO is based on addiction recovery and mental health, and the mental health changes that happen when we begin our recovery. And I think one of the best things that happened after he had left is we were talking to Fox the Cypher, and we were talking about we don't just talk drugs and alcohol. I mean, we talk gambling and pornography and all these other things. Addiction is addiction. And I'll fight anybody that says, well, porn addiction is different than alcohol addiction. It's not. It's all about chemical releases into the brain. And if you follow any of our followers on TikTok, most recently, one of our Jeremy Ryan Hale Music just dropped a song. And I'm not sure if you've seen it yet or not, Together Light, but he just dropped a song it's about addiction, but he talks about serotonin and dopamine releases right in the intro of his song, and talks about how all these things make me want the things I want even more. It's just like, wow, man, that's deep. So that's why I really like interviewing these musicians, is because those lyrics, the lyrics that people sing, that people say, are so remarkable, because it's a story it's a whole book you can read in, 20 minutes or less. You just have to listen. So that's why we like interviewing the musicians, is because that, everything that you can read in a book, 300 pages, can be sang in a song or sang on an album in less than an hour. Most people don't realize that. I was listening today. I'm not a fan of Aerosmith, by the way. I don't like Aerosmith. I've never liked Steven Tyler. I'm allowed to have these opinions because I'm not famous. But Sweet Emotion came on, and I was like, you know what? I need to really listen to this song. And I had my headphones in. I wear the Samsung headphones. And I was like, I really need to listen to this song because I've heard stories about this song and what the song is about. So I was like, okay. So I started listening to the song, and I was blown away. Have you ever listened to the lyrics of Sweet Emotion? Like closely?
I have.
So that
Yeah.
song sounds like, and here's the good news, she's a real good liar. Well, that's about getting pulled over with a minor in your vehicle and her lying to the cops about her age. I'm like, what the fuck? Kind of blew me away a little bit. I was kind of, wow. If you listen to the whole entire song, it's about him having, well, not necessarily Steven Tyler, but it's a song about having a relationship with an underage girl. And I was like, what? Really? I did not know that. So maybe I interpreted the whole song wrong. I want to actually look into the backstory. I just haven't had time. But yeah. Fun fact. Do you eat cucumbers? Not in pickle form, just regular cucumber. Like, are you the type of person that'll eat sliced cucumbers?
I don't eat like sliced cucumber, but like if dip them in like a dressing, I will.
Okay, so but you'll eat raw cucumber. It doesn't have to be pickled, right? So if you eat raw cucumber and then you burp, that smell that you smell when you smell burped cucumber, is the exact same smell as a cockroach nest. Did you know that? Like the smell that a cucumber burp emanates. I've been trying for a few days now to pinpoint what that exact smell is, and I had a cucumber today that was grown by my nieces and nephew, and I belched in the office and I smelled it, and I was like, that's what a roach nest smells like. I knew exactly what it was. It's like, holy crap. It's like that sweet smell right before meat goes from good to bad. It's so gross. Now it's like I don't even want to eat cucumbers, and guess what I'm having for dinner tonight? Cucumber salad. Yay. So, ironic. I know the weird things that we talk about on this show. I'm in the hood right now. I'm in the area where I won't travel when it's dark outside. Hey, you're not entitled and you can't lane split. It's not legal in Ohio. Weird, man. I would not be driving through here on a motorcycle. This is not a good part of town. I'm not a fan of this side of town. There's a worse side of town. This is like Patterson Street at 8 o'clock at night where I'm at right now. It's middle of the day. You could tell that this part of town is being run by somebody, some hoodlums. It's a little uncomfortable. Everybody's got guns visible. But hey, in the state of Ohio, open carry is a legal thing. Just don't put your shirt over it. You get in trouble by the po-po. Hang on, I'm making a strategic turn here. All right, there we go. We're safe. We were safe anyway, so I wasn't worried about it. I got a headset on. I'm a fat man. Nobody's going to fuck with a fat man in a Dodge Journey. If I was in a Jeep, it might be a different story. But you say that you're frustrated with your job. I say find a new job. This isn't specifically towards you, Together Light. But what I will say is stay away from LinkedIn. Stay away from Indeed.com if you can avoid them. Don't look into those websites. Recent data has proven that your increase in spam calls come from putting your resume out there on websites such as Indeed.com and Monster.com and LinkedIn. Hackers are using that information to obtain your phone number so that they can obtain information about you. And what they do is they will ask you for your information and pose as an interviewer and take your information and put it into a database, and then they will take that database and sell that once they reach a certain amount of customers. So if you're looking for a job and you find something, validate it on the company website that you're interested in. If you're looking for a job in specific areas, specific types of jobs, find one on those websites and then go to the website and apply through their website. You also have a higher chance, a higher probability of obtaining a job through that company if you go direct as opposed to going third party because of formatting on the resumes and AI pre-screening. So just a tip of advice here from the Normal Isn't Necessary podcast. I say that, hang on, because I recently found a job at a radio station. And I applied at the radio station, even had a couple of phone calls and a really good conversation with the owner of the station. And then it dawned on me, it was a little funny that the owner of the radio station was calling me, a job interviewer, and talking to me about charitable work to build this radio station. Now, thankfully, the conversation that I had with him was valid. The person that I spoke to was actually the owner of the radio station, but he brought this information awareness to me in regards to that's what people are doing right now. And he said that he's surprised because out of the hundreds of applicants that he's had for midday DJs at their station, I'm the only one that questioned it, and I am the only one that validated it. So I was kind of blown away by that. So thanks to the radio station owner, I'm not going to say who they are. I will say that they are Class X Radio 89.1 here in Ohio, in the Cincinnati area. So yeah, I will say who they are, but Class Act over there. They did a great job in bringing that awareness to me, and I could pass it on with you guys. The area that I'm in right now traveling is a very, there's a lot of Ukrainian refugees in this area. And one block you'll see a high police presence. The next block you'll see a high crime organization presence. And then the following block you'll see nothing. You'll see a Ukrainian flag in a window occasionally. But other than that, you see nothing. It's kind of weird. And then the next block down, you'll see, people congregating in the normal areas. But I think this area that I'm in right now is where a lot of people are hiding out. We're learning it a lot with our residents, whereas they quite regularly get caught shacking up. The laws are really, really hard here. You're only allowed to have 2 occupants per bedroom, per apartment. We live in a 3-bedroom apartment with a den. So technically speaking, we're allowed to have 8 occupants in our apartment. We could bring in 2 more people into our apartment complex or into our apartment building, and they'd be fine. But in reality, we're only supposed to have 2 per room. And the buildings that I work in, there's 2-bedroom apartments. That's the biggest apartment we got, 2-bedroom. We have 2 bedrooms with dens, but the den doesn't have a door. So it's technically not an apartment, or not technically a bedroom. But we're seeing 8 to 10 people staying in these apartments. And when we see that many people, we have to, hey, we need you to be on the lease. Most people don't understand in the real world why the accountability is there to put these people on the lease. They think, oh, well, it's more money. It's not more money. It's a matter of if the fire department needs to sweep a building and they know that most of the units are 2-bedroom, they're going to stop counting at 4 bodies. That's it. It's the way the fire departments operate. They're not going to go in harm's way because of, somebody unauthorized being there. I'm just trying to bring that awareness out to people so that if you are illegally staying with somebody, don't get on the lease. 86 Bad Loves in the studio. Thanks for coming in. Studio. Who am I lying to? I'm driving my car. 86 Bad Love has joined us as we drive home on the Live 5 live drive at 5-ish with Together Light, our co-host, the Ghost.
Hey.
The Normal is a Necessary podcast with our co-host, the Ghost, Together Light. I got to do an intro now. Hello, friends. We're going to have to do a special introduction for our live drive at 5. We're going to have to do some music. If you guys haven't checked out the website lately, or our TikTok, I just released on gumballhead.com the official release, first release, the official first Rainbow Cat design. Stickers, t-shirts, and prints will be available here after I spend some time on the computer this weekend. Stickers, t-shirts, and prints will be available. Stickers are running $7 a pop. You'll be able to buy those direct from Sticker Mule. You can just go to Sticker Mule, go to our charitable page. They're $7 a piece. They're 3-inch by 3-inch. You can order one or you can order 100, have them delivered straight to your home. No middleman. Just order them direct from Sticker Mule. If you buy 10, they throw in 2 extras. Those are $7 a piece. All of the money raised for that are going to Rainbow Cat. We can do pins. I've been working on that as well. But pins are maybe another week out. Prints, however, printouts, they are on a 8.5 by, I think it's 8.5 by 11, or you can get the 24 by 37.5 prints. They are a high gloss paper. And actually I can show you the design right now. This is drawn by our 5-year-old. And this is for his Rainbow Cat. This is Rainbow Cat for Clubfoot families. You got a jean jacket, huh? Oh, okay. Well, we could probably work something out. This is Rainbow Cat. His goal is to start raising money as a charity for families of Clubfoot kiddos. We are a family of Clubfoot kiddos ourselves. We have one Clubfoot child. He'll be undergoing surgery on September 18th. They'll be rerouting the tendons that go across the top of his feet and lengthening his Achilles tendons on both of his feet. He'll be in casts and non-mobile for 6 weeks. So I think the prints, the high gloss prints, I think those run $9. Then they offer a frame for $10 or $11. And then the t-shirts, I think I found a direct to film printer that's actually going to cut us a hell of a deal. And we're going to be doing t-shirts as well. And we're going to try to stay under the industry standard. I think the industry standard on t-shirts nowadays is $19.99. I may just burn a screen and screen print them all myself. 10 t-shirts will actually pay for a screen to be burned. Well, it'll actually be, I think he's got 7 colors on there, so it's 7 different screens, but I don't care. Or we could do DTF, direct film, and do the t-shirts that way. We're still going to be under $20 on the t-shirts. All the money raised will be going to Clubfoot families in the future on the Rainbow Cat charity, founded by our 5-year-old and curated by our 17-year-old, the Rainbow Cat Clubfoot Foundation. Founded by hashtag Rennie Talk. If you're interested in more stuff with that, you can go to GoFundMe. And once you get to GoFundMe, just type in hashtag Rennie Talk, RENNYTOK, and you can donate to our GoFundMe page there. And we'll take $1. We'll take $5, $10, $20, $100. We had one person donate $268. That's all they had in their bank account. They emptied their bank account, and then he turned around and made a theme song for Rennie Talk for his YouTube channel, which he'll be starting as soon as we get home from surgery and getting settled in. He's going to start doing art every day on YouTube. He's a 5-year-old YouTube sensation. So his goal is to be famous and use the money that he makes to help out families. I think we're raising him right. He's seen the things that his mom and dad have done for community and the addiction recovery community, the homeless community, people with mental health struggles, facing adversity, families of loved ones who have, taken their own lives. It's how we based our entire thing. The Normal Isn't Necessary podcast, Gumball Head Mental Health Network, the Gumball Head Sobriety Society, it all ties into that. And as a result, hashtag Rennie Talks, like, I want to do something for other people that is not something that my dad did. So he's like, I'm going to start raising money for kids just like me because I want them to have a good life just like me. So, and you can also see the interview on our website. If you go to gumballhead.com, click on the Rainbow Cat, or hashtag Rennie Talk for Rainbow Cat. You can click on that. You can see the video that he did with his mom talking about how he wants to change people's lives too. If you're not familiar with some of these people, you should be. Damon Wayans was born with club feet. Brett Favre, born with club feet. Mario Andretti, born with club feet. Mia Hamm, born with club feet. Multiple other people out there, born with club feet. Would never have known it. As a matter of fact, Mia Hamm just started following me on Instagram last night about 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if it's really her, but I think it's really her. It's the Miha Foundation. She was born with club feet. We tagged her in the most recent TikTok video too. Hi, Patience. Thanks for coming in. Good to see your name. Nigar, thanks for coming in. You almost trapped me on that one. So we've got to be careful about what we say on here. But in any case, guys, it's Friday. It's early, 5:30. We knocked this podcast out early today. Normally we're just logging in, and now we're wrapping up. It's kind of a beautiful thing. Queen Bella's back in the house. Yes, ma'am. The website, for those that are just coming in, gumballhead.com. You can go there. That's all things Gumball. That's all things that are associated and affiliated with the Normal Isn't Necessary podcast. That's our landing pad for everything. Guys, if you've got mental health resources, or you've got military resources, or you have addiction recovery resources, or you have PTSD resources, send us an email. We would love to share the information that you have with the people that turn to us for help. The more we grow, the better we are as a community, the better we are as a planet, the better we are as a world. Gatekeepers only gatekeep because they're greedy. And that's what destroys the mental health, is that greed, that gatekeeping of information. Normal Isn't Necessary podcast at gmail.com. Send us an email. Send us your resources. Give me 24 hours and I'll have whatever you send me posted on the website under the resource tab. You can check it out there. You can check out the Rennie Talk stuff there. You can check out the GoFundMe. You can check out all of the interviews that we've done on Podbean, on the Get to Know You series. Check all those out there as well, ranging from makeup artists to financial advisors to musicians and bands to Rennie Talk. Everybody that we've interviewed is on there. So you don't have to filter through the 267 podcasts that we've produced. You'll just be able to hop on there and see the Get to Know You series. Guys, I'm Gumball Head. I'm the host of the Normal Isn't Necessary podcast. Pulling into my apartment complex now. We got a beautiful group of people in here rounding our day out. Thank you guys for coming in here, supporting us, loving us, giving us all the things that fill our hearts with happiness. Together Light, we thank you as always for being our co-host and being here just in case I hit a dead spot. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Stay tuned. I will be live throughout the weekend periodically. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing an on-the-road podcast on my way to work because I'm working tomorrow. Some mad love sent out there from 86 Bad Love to Together Light and myself. Thank you so much for that. You guys are beautiful. We love you. Until our paths cross.
Oh, you're appreciated.
Until our paths cross, stay strong, stay focused, stay sober. Much love, guys. We'll see you all soon.